All right. All right. Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the man who taught me this truth. I would like to say Shalom to you, Akim, and Fuakwath, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It's your brother Michael Allah coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, Shai, Lord willing to edify. And the title of this lesson is War. You see, because as we all see, those of us that are in the know, those of us that understand, the times that we are in, we know perfectly, that we are in a time of war. This is not the time of peace. This is not the time of, you trying to make a longer stay in America where you kick your feet up and you just think this the end all be all. No, this is a time of war. This is the spirit that the planet Earth is in, a war spirit. Whether us looking at, Iran and Israel, that's going on, so on and so forth. Russia, constantly making threats, showing off their missiles, testing, missiles. But it goes from that kind of war to the war in the household between the man and the woman. You see, it's a war, it's the spirit of war upon the people on the planet Earth in general. Well, they'll make war with you over the smallest things. They'll want to destroy you or kill you over the smallest things, man. Because the love of many is waxing cold. Everybody's on edge, especially these Edomites. They ass on edge. They on all type of drugs, fentanyl, all type of shit. You see, but sticking to the point, it's Ecclesiastes 3. Oh, let me get it over here. It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Exactly. So it's a time and a season for everything on the planet Earth, man. So the Lord has blessed us to understand the seasons and the times that we are currently in. You see? See, we're in the time of the Lord is making war with America. You see? We're in the time where the Lord is coming back to destroy this place and at the same time deliver his elect. Continuing on, it says, jumping down to the 7th verse, or Salaki, jumping down to the 8th verse. Matter of fact, yeah, I'll start at 7. It says, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak. So we see the Lord has the prophets on the highways and byways, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as like-minded men that teach the same doctrine. It's the time that the Lord has given us to speak. You see, our teachers are not, rough paraphrasing, been removed into a corner anymore. The Lord is not keeping silent anymore. No, the Lord is constantly speaking. You see, he's speaking by the way of the prophecies coming to pass. He's also speaking by the mouth of the prophets. You see, but also consider the famine of the word, because it said a time to keep silent as well. So that means, let's get it. This word is not going to be available as it is now. As the brothers often speak, brother, Tazawam always say, better get a plate before it's too late. It's Matthew 24 and 14. It said, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So this gospel, this specific doctrine has already went out throughout the four corners of the earth. You see? And this is how we are able to know and understand the times and the seasons that we are in. This is how we know that we're at the end. This is how we know we're at the end of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's rulership, because this word has went out. You see? Let's get this real quick. It's Habakkuk. Oh, wait. This Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So these prophecies, which are the visions, have been set for an appointed time. So it's a specific time, a specific, season that these prophecies come to pass. You see, and how do we know that we're at the end? Because if you're new, and you hear a lot, you hear a lot of brothers speak about, the end. We at the end. Well, why do we say that? Let's read again. It says, for the vision is set for an appointed time. So we know these prophecies have been set for an appointed time to come to pass. It said, but at the end it shall speak. Are not we seeing the prophecy speaking? Did not we just have the eclipse, the Lord constantly showing signs in the heavens of his return? You see? We see the state that America is in. We're seeing that this place is through. It's not coming back, you know what I mean? It's not going back to that 1950 spirit, 1970 spirit. Them days is over with, man. But we're hearing talks of the MOTB being made manifest. You see, so these prophecies are definitely speaking and not lying. So that's how we know that we're at the end. It says, though it tarry, wait for us. So though these prophecies may have seemed to be tarrying, the Lord encouraged us to do what? Wait for it. Why? Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And this is how we know that the Lord, is not a man that he should lie. And we also know that America was not put here to last forever. You see? Because the Lord said wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And the Lord hates wickedness. You see? But how has Esau maintained his kingdom? He's maintained his kingdom through wickedness. And we know for a fact that the Lord is going to destroy this dude. And everything that, he put so much time and effort into. You see? Which would be their new world order that they're trying to accomplish. But the Lord is going to overthrow their enterprise, as it is written. But let's go back here. This Second Ezra 8 and 50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So it's going to be many great miseries. It didn't just say many miseries. No, the Lord said great miseries are going to be done to them that in the latter time, meaning in the last days, shall dwell in the world. So these miseries, these judgments that the Lord has in store for this place, America, is geared towards all of you outside this council that dwell in this world. You see? So the Lord is, beginning to judge. He's sending forth a lot of judgment, which he's always been sending forth judgment, but he's intensifying that judgment. People are losing their minds, you see. People are dying in horrific ways, in ways you never even thought that you could die. People are dying, you see, and it's going to get worse. And why are these things being done? Those of you that are new, you may have a question as to why the Lord is doing these things. Why does the Lord plan to kill so many people? Well, he just answered your question in this verse. He said, because they have walked in great pride. You see? And guess what? Let's get this. Proverbs 16 and 18, it says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. You see? So pride leads you to destruction, man. You see? And all of these people outside this council are in a state of pride. You see? That's why the Lord's going to destroy them. It says, better it is to be of an humble spirit, because the Lord is near to the broken and contrite spirit, the humble spirit. You see, remember the meek, meaning the humble, shall inherit the earth, man, not the proud. It says, better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly. So it's better for you to be of a humble spirit and in the council of the lowly. Those of you, that are, attentive to these epistles, well, guess what? You're dwelling with the lowly right now, man. You dwelling with Yahweh Shai in the church, man. You see? It says then to divide, but it's better to be here. Remember, it tells you it's better to go into the house of mourning than into the house of mirth. You see? But continuing on, it says, better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils, it's like the spoil with the proud. You see? You don't want to do that, man. Because that's what 2/3 is doing. You see? 2/3 is dividing the spoils with Esau Edom. You see how Jake want to get to the bag. You know what I mean? They doing everything Esau doing. They're trying to surpass the wicked in wickedness when Esau was created to be the wicked. You see? But continuing on, let's go back here. But that's exactly why great miseries are going to be done to 2/3 of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and ultimately everybody outside this council that dwells over here in America. You see, because the Lord has a great judgment for you people over here in the soils of America. This second Ezra 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? You see? So even Ezra said, woe is me in those days, man. That's how bad it's going to be out here, man. This the time, the hope for year that Jacob's trouble, comes to pass. And the Lord is going to do massive killings, man. He's going to do massive killings, man. Never seen before killings. You see? But it said the beginning of these things, the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of great mournings. A lot of you people are going to be mourning, man. A lot of you people are going to be famished. You're going to be put to death in grievous ways. Some of you are going to be drafted to World War III. You see? Salaki, hold on real quick. Salaki. Yeah, Salaki about that. But yeah, a lot of you are going to be drafted. You see? And what? Evils are going to come upon you on every side. And you're not going to be able to escape, man. You see? But it said, what shall I do when these evils shall come? As for the elect is going to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? I'm going to get this. I'm going to close out with this one. It's Proverbs 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. That's the best thing that we could do, is to continue to hope that the Lord keeps the Spirit upon us, to continue to trust in Him, you see, and not lean to our own understanding, man. Because as these evils come, what are we going to do? Well, the Lord is going to keep our mind stayed upon Him, you see. The Lord's going to keep our mind stayed upon Him, while everybody else, they're going to be leaning to their own understanding, meaning leaning to carnality, you see. When the food dries up completely, when all hell is breaking loose in the streets, people are going to lose it. They're not going to have any answers. Remember, they're going to be in a state of perplexity. But as for us, those of us that are in the know, that's why I constantly say it like that, because we are in the know. We know what's going on. Remember, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. You see? For we know perfectly. We know perfectly. But the fact, or the point, was that we know. We understand what's going on. But it ain't of us. It's of Yahweh Shema Shai all day. You see? But it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So the Lord, hey, we sow into the spirit, we're going to reap, spirit, while 2/3 is sowing to the flesh, so they're going to reap the rewards of the flesh. But the Lord, we're acknowledging, the Lord has the spirit upon us to acknowledge him ahead of time. He's directing our paths now. So how much more when all hell break loose? That means the Lord's going to look out. But Lord willing, that was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the man who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings be to the hopeful elect, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.